Okay, so everyone, let's start with grammar. Okay. So, Niji, you're there?
Yes, sir.
Okay. Okay. So, okay. Yesterday, what all did we cover in grammar? Quick recap. First chapter was nouns. Okay. What all? Which type of nouns? Proper and common nouns. How do you identify proper nouns? Capital letters. Okay. Adhika, what did we learn? Niji, I would like you to be on mute. It brings out a lot of disturbance. I'm not able to hear you when you unmute yourself or use a earphone. If you use a earphone, it becomes better. Okay. Okay. So great. Yes. So we discussed about nouns and proper nouns, common nouns, proper nouns. We understood the one way to find it out is capital letters. Then what did we discuss? Articles. Yes, articles. What did we discuss? Definite and indefinite articles. What is a definite article? The. There are two ways of pronouncing this word the and the. Where do we use the? Consonant sounds and the vowel sounds. So the Times of India and the Economic Times. Yes, very good. So people who remember, very good. Okay. And the and the, okay. That is definite article. What about indefinite article? A and an. Okay. And which is the, you learned about a new type of vowel. Why? Okay. Why is it a vowel? There are how many sounds of Y? Three sounds of Y. How many sounds are vowel sounds? Two of them are vowel sounds. Which one? I and I. A. I is ide sound എന്താണ്? ide sound എന്താ? E. എങ്ങനെ മനസ്സിലാവും? I dependent ആണോ പറയുന്നത്? E independent. I India എന്നാണോ പറയുന്നത്? ഇല്ല. India E. Imli E. അല്ലേ? That E is the sound of I. Okay. Okay. A യുടെ sound എന്താ? ആ. നിങ്ങൾ മലയാളത്തിൽ പഠിച്ച ആ ഉണ്ടോ? മലയാളത്തിൽ ഉണ്ടോ? Tell me. There'll be a smaller, bigger, both, right? Just like Hindi. Okay. So that is a. Okay. So what is the sound of E? Somebody said it. I heard it from someone. Think of a word which starts with E. Think of a word which starts with E. Elephant. What is the sound? A. A undo Malayalathilu. Hindilu undu. I. Okay. So the letters are not what you think of. Their sounds are quite different. Okay. This realization you should all have. Otherwise, you will keep using wrong spellings in English. Okay. Okay. So that being said, we understood three sounds of Y. Two sounds are vowel sounds. One of the sound is a consonant sound. Whenever you hear the, which one is a consonant sound? By, of course, Y is the letter. Sound bara. Yeah. Yeah. Okay. Yacht. Yacht. That's how you pronounce it. Okay. Yacht. And what else? Yak. Yeah. New York. Right. The sound is ya. Okay. So Y has three sounds. Okay. Don't forget. Baby. Baby nano parayne. Allah. Baby, E. That is one sound. Okay. Second sound is I. Try. Buy. Okay. Third sound is Y. York. Yen. Okay. Three sounds. First two sounds are vowel sounds. Third sound is a consonant sound. Okay. Okay. So that is very important. And then what else? What else? What else? Adjectives, right? Adjectives. So what are we poor in? We went and saw a dash movie. Fill in the blank. എന്താ മനസ്സിൽ വരുന്ന good movie അല്ലേ? All of you are getting this thought in your head അല്ലേ? Good movie. Huh? Minimalistic movie. Do you know the meaning of the word minimalistic? Simple എന്ന് പറ. If you want to say something is simple, use the word simple itself, right? Why do you want to use minimalistic? Minimalistic is a very specific word which has a very specific usage. Okay. What do you mean by minimalistic? Yes, exactly. Nowadays, you would have seen certain websites, certain apps. An app, okay, there will be just one or two buttons. That's it. That is called a minimalistic design. It is generally used with the word design. Okay. So that is how the word phrase is minimalistic design. Okay. It is generally used with that particular word, and that is how you would have heard it. You would have read it in some magazine. So nowadays, even let's say, where would she have heard this word minimalistic? Possibly in some fashion magazine. Some trend would have been there, which would be talking about some very minimalistic trend. Okay, you guys have heard of pastel colors? Females would have, definitely, right? Pastel colors. What are pastel colors? This is a pastel color that she is wearing. Okay, bland colors. Okay, uh, he's wearing a nice blue pastel color t-shirt. Okay, so these are all pastel colors, plain colors, no shades or no textures in it. Okay, as if you just took coloring pen, there's oil colors and just colored it, something like that. That's called a pastel color. Okay, so like that, there are many words which are associated with fashion and the industry fashion itself. Okay, so how do you learn about it? Start reading something about fashion. You will come across these words and you will learn about these words. Okay, so on that note, there is something that I would like to discuss later. Before I close the class, I'll be discussing something and something related to IELTS. Okay, chalo. So in adjectives, we understood that vocabulary is something that is very weak. And what vocabulary? Shashi Tharoor vocabulary ano? Allah. Very simple vocabulary is what we are looking at. Day-to-day usage vocabulary, right? Right. So give me 5 synonyms for good. You guys would have written it down. 5 synonyms for the letter good, for the word good. Good, excellent, okay. Great, okay. Splendid എന്ന് പറയാം. ഓർമ്മയുണ്ടോ ഇന്നലെ ഡിസ്കസ് ചെയ്ത് splendid എഴുതിയായിരുന്നോ ആരെങ്കിലും? Okay, so you should have said it. Okay. And what else? Good. Wow. Awesome. Okay. Wow and awesome both would be informal words. Slightly informal. Awesome theek hai, fir bhi theek hai. Wow is purely informal. Okay. Now amazing. Okay. Many words are there, right? You went to a wedding. How was the wedding? Describe the wedding. Good wedding, yeah? Wild jamboree. Wild party, right? The wedding was nothing less than a wild jamboree. അങ്ങനെ പറയാലോ. right? Nee parne. Grand. The wedding was grand. It was grand wedding. Okay. Anything else? Anyone else? Describe a wedding. What all do you see in a wedding? Do you see a lot of lights? So think lights and all that. How do you describe that? Graffiti. Yeah. Then couldn't hear you. Couldn't hear you. Okay, marvelous. Okay. Studded. What studded? Dash studded wedding. Studded in the varna? Females would know. Studs of kid. What do you mean by studying something? To fix something, right? Something like stapling something. A pompous wedding, very good. A pompous wedding. Pompous means pompous means grand, very posh and very with a lot of show and glamour and all of that. That is a pompous wedding. Chalo, theek hai. So we learned about adjectives and we came to a realization that our vocabulary is very weak and we need to somewhere work on that along with our grammar. Okay. So that was a quick recap of what we have done, what we had done yesterday. So let's start with today's chapter. That is the fourth chapter, and that is personal pronouns. Okay. Personal pronouns. So put a heading, put a line, and put a heading. Personal pronouns. Now, what is a pronoun? Pronoun is a word that takes the place of a noun. Okay. Pronoun is nothing but a word that takes the place of a noun. Okay. So when we're talking about personal pronouns, we are looking at certain words which are referring back to the person who's speaking or the person who is giving the information. They are known as personal pronouns. Let's say you are writing a sentence and you're referring to yourself. That will be called as a personal pronoun. Okay. So pronouns are what? Something that replaces a noun. So if I have to talk about Ram, if I'm writing a story about Ram, do I have to use the name again and again? No. So using this technique, you can reduce the number of repetitions that you do. In IELTS test, you will be marked down for the number of times you repeat certain words. Okay. When you write an essay, you have to write an essay for somewhere around 280, 300 words. Okay. When you write that essay, if you're repeating words again and again, you will lose marks. You will not reach 6.5 possibly if you keep repeating words. Okay. You will be below 6 or you will be stuck at 6. So to avoid that, one technique that you can use is use pronouns. Why do you have to keep the noun again and again, again and again? Call it, if it is a thing, you can call it, right? If it is a person, you can call it he, she, them, they. All these words are there. Okay. These are the words which form personal pronouns. So look at the table here. You see a table. Okay. On the left hand side, you see three things: first person, second person, third person. Get it on down like the right. Okay. And then on the top, you see singular and plural. So first person singular. First person is I, who is speaking. Okay. So how do I refer to myself? I. Okay. That is singular. If it is plural, we. Two more people with me. What will we become? We. Okay. Second person. You. Okay. All of you. I'm speaking. Who is the second person? You are the second person. You are listening to me, right? In this conversation, who is the second person? You guys are the second person. Listeners. Okay. Or whom I'm talking to. Okay. So you हो गया वो सब है ना, And what is a plural form? Any change? You, right? Will I call yous? No, you itself, right? Come to the third person. Third person is, imagine Geetu. Geetu is sitting there and listening to this conversation. The observer. How will we refer to Geetu? She. Okay, she's the third person. That's the third person. Okay. So he, she, it. Now instead of Geetu, there is a computer there. What will you call it? It. Okay. It is recording the conversation here in the class. Third person there. Okay. Okay. Now, if you make it plural, what will that become? They. Okay. Is there a plural form for a thing? It another. Okay. They you will use for people most of the time. Okay. Yeah, people. But when you're talking about non-living things, you will talk about it. So in the plural form, it will remain as it. No change. Okay. Okay. Now, how can you use a pronoun? Pronoun can be used as a, write this down, pronoun usage. Pronoun usage. Write this down. The next thing that you should know about pronoun is the pronoun usage. It can be used as a subject, direct object, indirect object. What is a direct object? Yesterday we had studied this, right?
Actually,
you want to throw something? Take this. Throw it. Action is
what the action falls
on what the action is, the effect of the action is falling on. Okay. So Ram killed Ravan. What is Ravan? The direct object. Okay. And indirect object. Ram bought chocolates for Ravan. Ram endana buy cheyide chocolates. Appo adinda koi direct object. Okay. Verbന്റെ കൂടെ നിൽക്കുന്ന ക്ലോസസ്റ്റ് അല്ലെങ്കിൽ ക്ലോസസ്റ്റ് റിലേഷൻഷിപ്പ് ഉണ്ടാക്കുന്ന സംഭവം is called the direct object. Okay. So buy എന്താ ചെയ്തേ? Chocolates. Buy Ravan ആണോ ചെയ്തേ? അല്ല. റാവന് വേണ്ടിയിട്ടാണ്. പക്ഷെ buy എന്താ ചെയ്തേ? ക്രിയ എന്തായിരുന്നു? Buy. Buy എന്തായിരുന്നു? Chocolate. അപ്പൊ അതാണ് direct object. അത്രേ ഉള്ളൂ. ആർക്ക് വേണ്ടി? റാവന് വേണ്ടി. അപ്പൊ റാവൻ becomes the indirect object. Okay, so this we had learned yesterday. This we had understood yesterday. Okay, so look here. When you are talking about pronouns, when you are using the pronoun as a subject, it is called as I. Okay, first person. You, second person. He, third person. She, third person. It, third person. We, first person but plural. You, plural form. They, third person plural. First table kande words, all these words can be used as a subject. You can start your sentences with this. Subject ne parna, something that is the first noun or the first thing, something that does a kriya, right? Remember this, right? Subject, verb, object. Okay, so these words can form the subject. Then there are certain words like this: me, you, him, her, it, us, you, them. They can form direct objects. Okay. Similar words can also be used for indirect objects. There is no difference in this list. Direct object and indirect object, they are both same. This one and this one. Okay. So right now you're looking at it as a table, might not be very interesting, but let's look at some examples. Look at this. Joseph is a hard worker. How will you change it? He is a hard worker. Simple, right? Do you know the girls? Do you know them? We gave Mrs. Jones some flowers. We gave her some flowers. Okay, clear? Very simple thing, right? Okay. You and I have to have work to do. This one. We have work to do. He helps the girls and me. He helps us. Me ഉണ്ടല്ലോ അപ്പൊ അസയില്ലേ അല്ലേ? Look at the pronoun given in parentheses. Fill in the blank with the sentences with its correct form. Okay, you have to look at this pronoun and you have to fill in the blank here with this pronoun. So first one, how are you today? Simple, no change in the pronoun. Okay. Second one, Caleb gave him a gift. Okay. Dash lives on Main Street. See, I really don't like it. Simple ane, the basic 5th standard ane. Okay. She met me in the city. Please give us the magazines. Dash worked in the garden. We worked in the garden. Are they your friends? The puppy followed us. My brother saw them in New York. Okay. Mikhail wants to visit you today. When can I move into the apartment? Derek bought it in Mexico. Simple, very natural in fact, right? ഒരു ചിന്ത വരെ ആവശ്യമില്ല. It's coming very naturally to us. It should. Okay, that much exposure you should have in English. If it is not coming naturally, start reading, my dear. You have to read a lot then. The children are helping you and us. I like her a lot. Change the italicized noun in each sentence to the corresponding pronoun. The students. The students ne engne parayam? They came to class late. Okay. I found the money in the closet. I found it in the closet. Her brother sent us. Do your parents, do they live in Florida? My landlady is very nice. My landlady. Change my landlady. She is very nice. Do you know her? Dash can get so dirty. They can get so dirty. Did you lose it? Juan. How do you say this? Juan. Ha. Juan. Okay, not Juan. Okay, Juan. Juan visits him often. May I borrow it? Okay. We often speak English. Now you have to change this to a noun. What can you put here instead of we? What noun? Give me an example. We. Ram and I. We. I venalo. Ram and I often speak English. Do you like it? Do you like something? The? Do you like two in the introduced channel? Do you like coffee? Put a noun there. Okay. Or you could have asked, do you like a movie? Okay. To it, you are adding a preposition there. To or a prepositional there. Right? Why are you simply adding that? Don't add it. Simply put a noun there. Okay? That's an instruction. Okay. She is from Puerto Rico. She de Bagram. Sita is from Puerto Rico. Okay. Patricia never met Ram before. Is Ram sick today? We sent Ram and Ravan a box of candy. The watch costs $20. Okay. The boys watched Sita. Do they, Ram and Ravan, understand us? Okay. Okay. Now look at the changes in the sentence. Look at this. I gave Jay what? A book. Okay. I gave what? Huh? I gave what? Other way. Pronoun way. Go back. I gave what? Direct and indirect object. I gave what? Book. Direct object ara? Book. Okay. And to whom did I give it? Okay. That becomes what? Indirect object. Okay. So I gave Jay a book. That's a sentence. Now look at the sentence on the other side with the pronoun. I gave to Jay. Okay. I gave it to Jay. Very hot, huh? Sweatshirts and all. Don't wear sweatshirts. Wear something like that. Open and loose. Okay, great. I gave it to Jay. Okay. Look at the difference in the sentence. ആദ്യം എവിടെയായിരുന്നു നമ്മുടെ a book? It was at the last end of a sentence, right? Now where is it? It's somewhere in the middle. Okay, the position changed. But did it change its function? Is it still a object? Direct object? Yes, it is still a direct object. It is still doing that same function of a direct object. Function മാറിയിട്ടില്ല, placement മാറി. അങ്ങനെ മനസ്സിലാക്കുക. Okay. Okay. We buy her flowers. We buy them for her. Okay. Now I want you to understand a very big difference. Chalo, I'll discuss it later. Not now. You guys will get confused. Chalo, let's do the exercise. Rewrite each sentence changing the italicized direct object to a pronoun. Okay. I sent my friends a letter. I sent letter de pagaram it. I sent it to my friends. Okay? Understood? I sent it to my friends. That's the sentence. She is giving us 2 cakes. She is giving 2 cakes. It's a thing. It. Right? She gave it to us. As simple as that. Trey sold her his car. Sold it to her. Very good. I didn't buy Ella the scarf. I didn't buy it. To Ella, for Ella. For Ella. Okay, I didn't buy it for Ella. Chalo, since we have come to this junction, to is used with to sing, to dance, to walk. What are these verbs, right? To ആരുടെ കൂടെ യൂസ് ചെയ്യുന്നപ്പോ verbsന്റെ കൂടെ. For ആരുടെ കൂടെ യൂസ് ചെയ്യുന്നത്? I bought a cake for her. He gave roses to her. Now, okay, for is used with a noun. To is used with a verb. Smart people will write it down somewhere so that they never forget. To drink, to sing, to eat. Don't go there. I know what you're going to show me. You're going to show me this, right? 2J.
Flowers.
Where?
We buy flowers.
We buy it alla, bought it well. We'll have to change it into the past tense then. You can use it for this thing. Living objects, you can use them, these things. Flowers are they're trying to give it that living or a feeling. You know, English is not just grammar. English is a literary sense to it, a beauty to it. Right? We cannot just say that this is a rule and this is a rule and just follow rules. Then there is no literature, something that you guys have studied, right? What is Shakespeare and what are those poems and what are those essays all about them? There is no emotion there, right? To bring all these emotions, you will see such things that authors do. അയാൾക്കറിയാം അതൊരു തിങ് ആണ് പക്ഷെ അന്നറ്റം ഇയാൾ അത് എന്ന് വിളിക്കും എന്ന് വിളിക്കും to give it that persona. Yes, exactly. To personalize it. Okay. Yes. Somebody asked something. Yes. Used with a place. It's used with a noun. That's third noun. See, I gave it to Jay. Generally, the rule is that to will be used with a verb. When you are in both these cases, your example and this example, this to Jay, this is used here in the last of the sentence. The one that I gave you as a rule, that will be somewhere in the middle. Okay. This is one very peculiar type of sentence. She was also discussing somewhere here. Okay. But most of the times when you guys will write sentences, you guys won't be writing it like this. You guys will be using it in my sense. So, angane ormela vecha madi. Okay. And use this whenever you are getting confused. If it is 2 were no, 4 were no. If you are getting confused, that is when you should use this technique. Okay? It will give you the correct answer. Okay? 2 is for verbs. 4 is for nouns. If you don't believe me, read this. The exact thing that I'd say. I have formally learned English from a university. So I know these things by heart. Okay, that's why I tell you these tricks. Simply search it in Google, you will see the exact verbatim that I spoke. Okay, because I have been taught by my teacher like that. So that's what I'm trying to tell you. Okay, read. Chalo. So let's come back to our exercise. Let's go back to our exercise. And yes. My brother will bring it to me or for me. Understand the difference. Bring it to me. The sentence is my brother will bring it to me. Bring it to me. അടുത്തോണ്ട് ഇങ്ങനെ വന്നുകൊണ്ടിരിക്കുന്ന ആശയാണ് കാണിക്കുന്നത്. Okay. Bring it for me. എനിക്ക് വേണ്ടി എന്ന് പറയത്തില്ലേ മലയാളത്തില്? For me. Okay. Understood the difference? Okay. To me is emphasizing the action, the verb. The verb bringing it. Okay. For me is emphasizing the emotion behind it, the reason behind it. Okay. Okay. So going further. Now, do you know what is a prepositional phrase? Preposition. What is a preposition? A word which gives a relationship in space and time. Okay. A word that gives you a relationship in space and time. That is a preposition. We discussed those two words, that is to and for. Both of them are prepositions. There are many prepositions. Above, the projector is on the table. On is a preposition. Okay. You are sitting on a chair, right? Uh, the fan is above you. All these above, below, on, in, at, for, to, all these words which are telling some relationship with space or time. അതായത് നിങ്ങളുടെ പൊസിഷൻ പറയുന്നത് അല്ലെങ്കിൽ നിങ്ങളുടെ when did you exist, that സമയകാലം കാണിക്കുന്ന words are prepositions. These words are known as prepositions. Okay. Now there is a prepositional phrase. Phrase അറിയോ എന്താണ്? A set of words. It might have meaning, it might not have meaning. Okay, but a set of words is called a phrase. Two words can also be called a phrase. Okay, sit up, phrase. Okay, get out, phrase. Be quiet, phrase. Different types of phrases are there now. So right now they're talking about something called as a prepositional phrase. Upon the logically, what will be a prepositional phrase? It will have some preposition, right? Two words or more than two words which uses at least one preposition. That will be a prepositional phrase, right? Okay. So look at these examples here. After the concert. What is a preposition? After. Concert കഴിഞ്ഞിട്ട്. അല്ലേ? ഒരു സമയത്തിന്റെ ഒരു റെഫറൻസ് പറയാനുണ്ടല്ലോ, റൈറ്റ്? കോൺസേർട്സ് കഴിഞ്ഞിട്ട്, തുടങ്ങുന്ന മുന്നേ അല്ല, കഴിഞ്ഞിട്ട്, right? So after is the preposition. After the concert is the prepositional phrase. Okay, ഇതിനെ എന്താ പറയുന്നത്? Prepositional phrase. Okay. Okay. Now many such prepositional phrase you can see here in a list. You can go through, just go through all of them. Between the girls, from a friend, near the city, blah 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 blah. Many of them are there, right? Many more are there. These are not just all the prepositions. There are many more, unlimited possibly, right? Okay. Now what if we want to use a pronoun? Can you keep repeating this phrase after the concert? After the concert, if you're talking about a concert, if you're writing an essay about a concert, can you keep repeating after the concert, after the concert? No, you cannot do that. You will lose marks. So don't you need to use a pronoun now?
Yes.
So prepositional phrases can also be replaced by a pronoun, not just nouns. You can replace a prepositional phrase, a phrase like this, by a pronoun. So let's see how we can do that. All these, this third table that you see, these are all few prepositional phrases, just to show you as an example. After me, behind you, for him, in it നമുക്കൊന്ന് യൂസ് ചെയ്യാം. After the concert, പകരം it പറയാം. We can call it it, right? This is after that പറയാം, right? This is what they are trying to teach you, that prepositional phrases can also be replaced by pronouns. So let's do an exercise and we will understand this. They have a gift for I, for me, okay? Okay, this is not an exercise for prepositional phrase usage, but a simple exercise. Yeah. No, even this is not. Adane exercise idea. Chalo, koi nahi. We'll do these two exercises and close this chapter. They have a gift for me. Okay, next one. I sent some flowers to. Karen often comes home without him. I like dancing with her. We found something in. Teresa sits near us. This is a letter from them. He is speaking of. Someone is standing behind us. What is behind us? Prepositional phrase. Speaking of us, not a prepositional phrase. Near us, prepositional phrase. We found something in it. In it. In is a preposition, right? I like dancing with her. With her. With position പറയുന്നില്ലേ നിങ്ങളുടെ അപ്പോൾ preposition അല്ലേ? With her in the prepositional phrase. Without her. Without him, prepositional phrase. Okay, so I thought this exercise is not discussing prepositional phrases, but it is, right? Somewhere you have to just figure it out. Okay, he is speaking of us. Someone is standing behind us. Behind us, that's a prepositional phrase. You can come in after him. In after him. In is a preposition. Come in. That is a phrase, okay? Other phrase bole thanne vaayikkanam. Come in. After him. Okay? That is why phrases are important, and understanding or familiarity of phrases is very important. Okay. We are driving through the tunnel. The tunnel te pagaram it. A wolf was standing between the boys te pagaram them, between them. You want to ride in it. In in it does not make much of a sense, but yeah, grammatically that's one thing we can put. The guests have something for her. I like singing with. Maria is sitting near. I get postcards from them. Okay, so personal pronouns completed. Okay, I, you, we, them, they, all these words. Okay, next, this guy, the biggest troublemaker in English grammar, right? The most mysterious and the most troublesome element of English grammar, that is verbs. Idu manasilakiya allam manasilav. Idinte understanding illengil oru kalathil nannavam povunilla. Okay, it's as blank as that, as clear as that. Chapter 5 is the key to English. If you know chapter 5 in and out, you are above that 70% mark. If you do not know it, you are below. That's it. Okay, that's the importance, and that's the function of a verb. So what is a verb? Verb is something that describes a action. Okay, just that. It can also describe a condition or introduce a condition. Okay, verb describes action / describes or introduces a condition or a state. Okay. Where you wrote verb describes an action. Avada oru arrow ittu idu action verbs. They are called action verbs. Okay. Verbs which describe an action is called, it's not there in the book. Don't look at the board. It's not there in the book. I'm telling it to you out of my knowledge. Verbs which, where you wrote action verbs, write it action verbs. Okay. The other verb, write it state verbs. State verbs. Verbs which describe a condition or a state ne edile. Avade idu adinu oru bracket oru arrow ittu idu state verbs. Adine parayane STATE. State verbs. They show you the state. Okay. These are two types of verbs. Action verbs and state verbs. Okay. You would have heard about it. Believe me. Okay. Go and check it on Google on your own. I don't have time for that. Okay. Action verb and example noki ke Anna throws the ball. Throw. Throw is the action. Action. Throw. Okay. State verb kande noki ke next sentence. Trent is very sick. Is there any action happening there? No action is happening there. What are we saying? We are giving or we are describing the condition of a person called Trent. Trent in the condition endana very sick. Okay, avade verb endana is. Is endana kanikkunne? Trent inde endana kanikkunne? State aanu kanikkunne. Or in other terms, can you think of it as Trent exist cheyyunnundu? Ee lokathile exist cheyyunnundu. Ee Brahmand, in this universe, he is existing. Isn't that what it is showing? Right? Okay. Now, what is the verb that we have used? Is. Right? Okay. This verb is actually from a family of word that is called be. Word is called be. The be family. Okay. There are many words in the be family. Am. I am nu parayathille. Am enda parayunne? Njan undennaanu parayunne. Njan exist cheyyunnundennaanu parayunne. What is it? Be. The word be ille. Be. Adinte oru derivative aanu am. Is. Same. Be ide derivative aanu. Are. Be ide derivative aanu. Was. Isn't a past form aanu. Were. Wasn't a plural form aanu. So there is a family of letters which belong to be, and they all show the existence of something, that something is existing in this nature. Okay. So state verbs are all using these verbs which fall under the be word family. Uh, Okay. Write this down. Write the word B and then write B family. B-E, B family, and write all these words. These are the words in the B family. Okay. Am, is, are, was, were, being, been. 8 of them, including B. Okay. All verb forms are there. Is, present form, present singular. Are, present plural. Was, past singular. Were, past plural. Being, continuous. Been, participle. Participle form. Okay. Okay. Chala, we'll learn all of this. We're just jumping into verbs. Okay. Okay. So B family mansalayalo. There is something called a B family. What is B family used for? To show what? State of a subject or a object. Okay. State of something is shown as a by the usage of the B family. Okay. He is a boy. He was a boy. Right. We are boys. They are boys. Like that. Okay. State anaganikane. They are dead. They are alive. Okay. They are bored. They are interested. They are sleepy. Like that. Okay. State the words are all forming under the B family, and they are all like this. Okay. Now, look at the sentence here. He buys a newspaper. Okay. Now, what is it using? It's using a action verb or a state verb? Action verb. Okay. So, he buys. These action verbs, he buys what? Newspaper. A newspaper is what? A object. These action verbs which have a direct object, they are known as transitive verbs. Okay, you do not need to know this. What is it called and what is it not called? Adalla. It was the main focus. But the focus is what you should be able to write these sentences at least. That's all. Okay, or correct these sentences. That's all. Okay, you do not need to know these technical terms. Okay, okay. So just quickly go through these sentences. These are all transitive verbs, simple verbs, very simple things, right? Verbs starts very simply, but edake vannittu ellarudeyum fuse povum. You'll all get haywire here and there. Okay, so it starts slowly, but it will catch you. So okay, fine. This is clear. Transitive verbs, simple verbs, right? Okay. Then the next one is intransitive verbs. Intransitive verbs do not follow or they are not followed by a direct object. Okay, they will not have a direct object. When you look at an example, you can understand. Can you come? Come is a verb here to the party. Who is coming? You. But where? To the party. Okay. The direct object did not come after the verb, but somewhere other than that. What came after the verb? To the party. Okay. Okay. The baby crawls. Evident. Who is crawling? Who is doing the kriya? Baby. So who's direct? Baby. But where did it come? Before the verb, right? And what is the indirect object? The floor. Okay. Okay. So we are driving fast. I flew here from Paris. All these are different verbs. Okay, just you all you need to understand here is they are not very close to the direct object. You are very naturally, it will come to most of you. So do not need to worry about this. Okay. So I'm moving on. Okay. The third type of verb that you can note down is linking verb. Okay. They link or they show some kind of a linkage between two things, the subject and the object. The boy appears quite well. Is the boy doing any action? No, right? But we are describing his state, right? But are we using words like is, right? But we are using a different type of verb here. These verbs are called linking verbs. Okay. Are we using is? The boy is quite well. No, we are not showing state, right? But somewhere we are showing state. Appears nettu. Appears isn't ഒരു ആശയം ഉണ്ടല്ലോ, right? അതാണ് ഞാൻ പറയുന്നത്. അതിനാണ് ഇതിന് പറയുന്നത് ലിങ്കിങ് വേർബ്സ്. ഇങ്ങനത്തെ ഒരു ഗ്രൂപ്പ് ഉണ്ട്. ഓക്കെ, ആ വേർഡ്സിന്റെ ഒരു ഫാമിലിയിലാണ് ബി വരുന്നത്. ബി ബി Okay, be is also known as a linking verb. Of course, right? Is, are, am, was, all of them are linking. I was alive. It's linking me with the word alive, with the state of being which is alive. I was alive, alive. I am alive. All these words, they are linking, right? So be is, of course, a part of the linking. Okay. So all these are linking words. Just have a look at these sentences quickly. The boy appears quite well. I am hungry. The weather becomes. Become is another word which links. Okay. The weather becomes bad. The weather became bad. Different tenses. Okay. It feels hot. All these words. Okay. Now, I'm not going too much into what is a transitive, what is an intransitive, and what is a linking verb, because you generally do not need to know or to differentiate between it. What you need to know is you should be able to write these sentences. Okay. If it had been a formal English class, of course, I would have spent time on it, but not required, will be a waste of your time. Okay. Okay. So let's just skip this first exercise and move into the important thing that we need to discuss, that is the present tense. Okay, let's start with the present tense. Present tense requires you to put an ending that ends with a e or a es or a s. Okay, present tense will generally end with a s or a es. Please write it down, present tense, and then just note down s comma es. All the verbs will end with s or a es. Okay. Now, here again, you will have one exception, that is, what is that? There are certain words. Do you see the table below? Go, see, want, can, must.
Yes.
They do not have an S form. Go, G-O-E-S. That is there, but not in the present tense. In the present tense, what is it? Go, right? See, see, want. Wants is also there, but not in the present simple tense. Some other tense. Can. All these are will not show you any change. But generally, any word that is in the present tense will always have an S or a ES at the end. Okay. Some words might not have. Adinte oru example aanu ivide kaaniche. Okay. There is one peculiar situation where you will find these words using a S. Okay. That I have highlighted here. The third person. He goes. She goes. It goes. Okay. He sees. She sees. It sees. Okay. He wants. She wants. It wants. Where is it happening? Only in the third person. Otherwise, what is it? It's a clear base form. Go, want, he, see, can. Can does not change. Can and must never change. Okay. Okay. Then, if you have a word which ends with a vowel, something like O, do. Do ends with a vowel O, right? D, O, O. It will become does. It will add ES. Okay. You will not simply just put S. That is why you see do becomes does, not does. Okay. Okay. Can and must, they are also known as auxiliary verbs. Can and must rarely change. Okay. Let's start with a simple exercise first. I rarely find a good book. You have to now change the pronoun. You have to use you. How will you say it? You. Okay. In heat. Now the magic starts. He rarely find a leg. Finds a leg. Other find a finds. Why did this happen? He, she, it. What is he, she, it? Third person. What did I ask you to concentrate on? He, she, it. Is add chedillo, right? Find will become finds. Understood? Whenever you see he, she, it, the verb will have S or ES at its end. Okay? I find. He finds. He find Allah, he finds always. Okay, it's like that. Okay, that's what we are trying to teach you right now. Okay, so we often make mistakes. She makes. Make Allah makes. They often make mistake. Understood what we are pointing out? Where we are going? Okay. He goes home early. It's already in the third person. He, right? We. We goes. We go home early. I go home early. समझ आ गया? Clear? Where is it? ES form or S form? Where do you do that? Only in the third person. What are the third persons? He, she, it. Clear? Okay. It can help us. They can help us. He can. Why didn't it change? Nothing changed, right? He can helps us എന്ന് പറയണ്ടേ എസ് ഇടണ്ടേ അപ്പൊ എന്തിനാ ചേഞ്ച് ആവാത്ത ഇവിടെ can and must any change? No. Do you see any change in the table? Can and must no change, right? So whenever you use can, he can, she can, we can. He can eat Salah. He can eat. She can eat. She must eat. We must eat. He must eat. Clear? Can and must. Okay? Kore left right in me kargi pohunna കാര്യങ്ങളല്ലേ English. So many exceptions and so many rules and a rule ഉണ്ടാക്കും അതിന്റെ മേലെ exception. Right? Stupid people. How can a person remember all of these things? All these intricacies? How will you understand intricacies എന്ന് പറഞ്ഞാൽ ചെറിയ differences കാര്യങ്ങള്, right? When you go to Taj Mahal, you see these marble and all. You see all these puttu work and all intricate designs. What do you call it? Intricate designs. Okay. The intricate code, software code that is used in companies like Facebook and Google cannot be deciphered by anyone. Interrogate is to slap you, to beat the hell, to beat the shit out of you and ask you questions and ask, get out answers like that. That is interrogation, which usually the police will do. The police interrogates. Okay, that is a different word. Okay. Okay. So what was I talking about? Can and must. Yes. So can and must, they are auxiliary verbs. So when you are using it, whenever you use auxiliary verbs in between, this S and ES, okay? The third person. S and ES, which person? Third person. Okay? Auxiliary verb, okay? So many intricacies. Yeah, we were talking about intricacies of English language. So there are so many small things and rules and exceptions. How do you remember all of these? Nobody can remember all of these. You can only become familiar with them. How do you become familiar? Exposure. Reading. In a day, at least 10 times I say, na, makle reading chahiye. Cheyarundo. Acha, Daniel, can you and Geetu do one small activity? Can you go to the car and bring those books and place it here in this? Okay. Then place it here. You bring it. Okay. 2244 books and place it here. Okay. Daniel has read all those books which he is going to place on this desk. That 10-year-old guy. Okay. He is 10-year-old. How old are you guys? Huh? 20, 25? 25 I think most of you. All these books Daniel has read. These are all his books, which I am now going to put in the library. Daniel, take a count of the books also. Okay. You might find all of them from one particular author, but these are all his books. Ek karke rakh. Don't pile it. Spread it out. Show them how much you read. Take a photograph of that and put it in the group as well. इतने ही है. There's more. Bring it. Bring all of them. Have you read this many books in your life? Sit and talk to him one day in English. He will show you what is vocabulary. Sometimes he shows me what is vocabulary. Okay, that is what I'm telling you guys. You guys do not read. Zero exposure. Ask him anything about Greek mythology. Who is Dionysus? Who is that king? What is that king's name? That he only knows. Titans and all those elements. Okay. So guys, please, reading is the key to all these intricacies and understanding all these small things. That child knows much more grammar than most of you here because he's learned it by reading and by exposure, not by depending on formulas. Okay, so please understand that difference will always be there, and that is something that is important. Okay, so fifth one, Randy and Kim do the dishes. She do will become does the dishes. You do the dishes. Okay, I must work tomorrow. They must work tomorrow. He must work tomorrow. They borrow some money. I borrow some money. She borrows some money. He sends a few postcards. You send a few postcards. We send a few postcards. You can books those are children's story books. He does not read this. He reads novels and all. Daniel, one book has fallen down. Can you just pick it up? And that they okay. You can spend the night here. He can spend the night here. They can spend the night here. Okay. Moving on. Now look at the word. How many are there? Do you notice something? All his books are of one author, right? 24. 24 books he has read and finished. Ranjit, what is our count? Give yourself that many numbers out of 24. School 10 out of 20, 30 out of 20. Angane. And we all have a desire to go to London, to go to Canada, to go to Calgary, to go to Montreal, Vancouver, and such places and study there and live there and be an English Karen. But we don't even know, or we don't even have an interest to read. So there is a dichotomy in your character. What is there? A dichotomy. Dichotomy in the something kind of an imbalance, dilemma. Something you want to do, but you will not do. You want to go to the gym and build muscles. Membership that's called a dichotomy. How many of you here have seen that movie? This movie, this guy, Ranveer Singh, Ranveer Kapoor, Rockstar. Rockstar kandittundo. The movie Rockstar. What was his condition? He was in love with that female, right? But he was also in love with music and fame. He couldn't decide. His life was a dichotomy. Okay, so if you have watched that movie, you will understand the word meaning dichotomy. Okay. So now let's come back. Take a photo and put it in the group. Ask Mama to add you to the group. Okay, take a photo and put it as a challenge. Book reading challenge. Okay. Daniel's book reading challenge. Yes. So coming back to our screen, coming back to our book. Look at the verbs. have, to have, and be. Again, all the other forms, first person, second person, third person, singular, plural, all person types, they do not show any change except for one. Which one is that? He, she, it. Right? അതിൽ മാത്രം changes ഉണ്ടാവുന്നുള്ളൂ അല്ലേ? That is something that we observe. That whenever you use a third person, the verbs change. Otherwise, the verbs remain same. So be careful when you are writing in the third person. In IELTS, you have to write everything in the third person. It's always he, she, it. Very rarely will you use a sentence with I. Hello, Franklin. Then you are giving your own example. You will use I. Otherwise, you will always he, she, it, they, them. Hello. So whenever you are using he, she, it have will become has. He has. She has. It has. It is. He is. She is. Okay. Okay. Let's do this exercise. They have no money. She has no money. We have no money. Mario is my cousin. He is my cousin. You are my cousin. You is Mario. Allah, you are my cousin. The boys are very sick. I am very sick. She, the father has a new car. They have a new car. They have I quit. He has. Chalo, you guys will be able to do this. Chalo, moving on. Okay. Circle the correct this thing. They have no time today. My aunt
Lives in New York City.
Okay, next. He, they speaks English and they speaks. They speaks. They speaks English. He speaks English and Spanish.
they are English.
They speak.
They speak English and Spanish. We
Yeah.
next one. Next one. नहीं पागल. ഐയുടെ കൂടെ എന്ത് വരും? ആം. അത്രേ ഉള്ളൂ. പെട്ടെന്ന് പെട്ടെന്ന് ഫിനിഷ് ചെയ്യും. ബോറാക്കല്ലേ? എനിക്ക് ഉറക്കം വരുന്നു ഇനി. ആർ at home now. ആണോ? she like മക്കളെ ഇത്ര ഉള്ളൂടാ. he she it കണ്ട s ഇടുക അവിടെ. വെർബിന്റെ കൂടെ s ഇട്. he she it കണ്ട വെർബിന്റെ കൂടെ s ഇട്. എന്താ ഇത്ര കാൽക്കുലേഷൻ ചെയ്യുന്നേ? No rocket science. Simple one formula. He she it കണ്ട വെർബിന്റെ കൂടെ s ഇടണം. അത്രേ ഉള്ളൂ. can must ഇട്ട കണ്ട എല്ലാം നിർത്തിക്കോ. ഓക്കെ, ഒന്നും ചെയ്യാൻ പോകണ്ട. ക്യാനും മസ്റ്റും കണ്ട, ഓക്സിലറി വേർബ്സ് കണ്ട ഒന്നും ചെയ്യാൻ പോകണ്ട. അവിടെ നിന്നോ. ദർ ഇസ് നോ വാർ. ഇന്ത്യ പാകിസ്ഥാൻ വാർ നടക്കുന്നില്ല. നിർത്തിക്കോ. ഓക്കെ. ഷീ എന്താണ് ഗോസ്
To the store.
Asking question is not something that is important for you, so I'm skipping that part. Okay. You're not supposed to ask questions in IELTS, so I'm not going to teach you asking questions. Okay. Now there is something called negation. We'll do that tomorrow. Okay. Many of you are bored to the core of your beings, and many of you are sleepy. So let's close it here. Okay. We'll continue tomorrow with negation. Negation is what? Not. To say no. Okay. That is negation. In the which tense are we learning? Present tense. Okay. We're generally looking at all tenses right now. We're trying to understand the simple tense. That is to fly or is it flies? I fly, he flies. That understanding is what we have understood. Chalo, that's all for today. Let's close today's class. We'll meet tomorrow, same time. Okay? All these classes are recorded. They are there on the Google Drive. If anyone wants access to these classes to go through it once again, you can all go through it once again once you're back at home or in your free time, or if you want to have a revision, something like that, you can go through it. Class access, you can just put me your email ID requesting access for the recording of this class. So if you see here, this class is being recorded. You see on the screen, all that is being shown on the screen is being recorded. Okay. So make sure if you need it, you can access it later also. So if you have missed previous class, you can access that as well using the recordings. So yesterday we had one class. Okay. So that's about it. Thank you.
The smaller message in the group that you guys can have a look at. That is, yes, he was just showing me that he was posting it.